Okay, number 2. This one's a doozy. Prepare yourselves. My heart hurts for Mark that you are using traditional medicine. You should use my supplements. I would love to tell you that I am joking. I really would love to tell you that. But an acquaintance seriously messaged me this on Facebook. It was like a multi-level marketing kind of product that she was selling. And she wanted to tell me about these. It was like vitamins or something that I should have been giving him instead of, 4 massive strokes. Let's just give him some vitamins. He'll be fine, right? Welcome to Aging in Style with Lori Williams, the podcast all about finding the silver lining no matter what life throws your way. I'm Lori Williams, an award-winning senior living expert, author, educator, and caregiver to my husband, Mark. Join me as I share insights, tips, and personal stories to help you navigate the world of senior housing, discover ways to pay for care, advocate for your loved ones, and most importantly, learn how to thrive, not just survive, as you age. Hi, welcome to Aging in Style. It's still May, so we are still doing Stroke Awareness Month because this means a lot to me, being that my husband is a stroke survivor, 2.5 years, and going through what we've gone through as a family. As many of you know, I wrote a book called Surrounded by Love, and I've shared a lot about our journey, shared many different things along the way about being an advocate and a caregiver, and I've shared a lot of positive things, like wonderful things that people did for us while Mark was still in the hospital and when he came home, and just how generous and wonderful so many people in our lives were, which is why I named the book Surrounded by Love, because we truly felt surrounded by love. But I did say in the book that there are some things that people should not say to someone who's in crisis. And I don't like going negative, but I think it's important to know these things. And with a little distance from it now, I find it kind of funny. So some of these do make me laugh now, but I'm going to share those in today's episode. So these, I'm actually going to read them from the book. So these are things what not to say, and I've got not in capitals, to say to someone going through a crisis. Okay, here we go. Number 1, I guess you're out of business now. Someone actually said this when we were on day 3 of Mark's medical crisis. What is the point of saying something like this? I still wonder that. My business supports my family. It pays for the insurance that is covering the medical bills for Mark's care. I am thankful that I am self-employed and that I have an amazing team. We did not miss a beat. And by the time Mark was out of ICU, I had my laptop and was working between doctors and nurses coming in and out of the room. I can't imagine what would have happened if I'd had a regular job to go to every day. I'm sure I would have been fired. I 100% agree with that statement still, because it has been one thing after another. Mark's had several hospitalizations. We've had seizures. We've had falls. Things happen. And I just can't imagine an employer would have had the patience with me, plus being a caregiver. There's no way in any world that it could have worked. I need the flexibility that being self-employed has afforded me, and I am beyond thankful to God for that and for the incredible team that I have that I can say, can y'all call this person? Can you do this for me? And they do. They have been absolutely wonderful. Why someone would immediately make an assumption I'm out of business on day 3 is still kind of beyond me that was said. And that, quite honestly, I remember feeling such shock and fear. It really put a lot of fear into my heart that, oh my gosh, is everyone thinking I'm out of business? Because I can't be out of business. I'm the breadwinner for this family. And now more than ever, because we had crushing medical debt on top of everything else. Okay, number 2. This one's a doozy. Prepare yourselves. My heart hurts for Mark that you are using traditional medicine. You should use my supplements. I would love to tell you that I am joking. I really would love to tell you that. But an acquaintance seriously messaged me this on Facebook. It was like a multi-level marketing kind of product that she was selling. And she wanted to tell me about these. It was like vitamins or something that I should have been giving him instead of, 4 massive strokes. Let's just give him some vitamins. He'll be fine, right? I had a lot of pent-up rage that was released in my response to her. And that's all I will say. I never talked to her again. Number 3, this has all really aged you. Please don't say this to anyone, especially a 58-year-old woman. I'm sure stress and lack of sleep had me not looking my best. But did someone really need to say this to me? Yeah, please don't say that to anyone. I mean, when you're under that kind of stress, and you know what, probably it has aged me. And if it has, whatever. And maybe I have more lines, maybe I have more gray hair. Don't know about the gray hair because I do color my hair, but I think life sometimes shows in our faces, right? And maybe shouldn't be considered a bad thing. And I know in our culture, it's all about looking youthful, and I do my best. I use my face creams and stuff, but you know what? There's probably a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stress, and I'm sure all that has shown itself on my face. But whatever, I'm going to call it character. But really, don't tell a woman that this has aged her. That is not good. And then this one has always been sort of my all-time favorite because I truly did not know what to say to this woman. I have exciting news. Since you're so busy with Mark, I'm starting a business just like yours in the same town. And this was from an acquaintance. I'm truly not sure what the proper response to this would have been, but I think she expected me to be happy and congratulate her. That one and the first one kind of go hand in hand. And I mean, I still am baffled by that last one. I wish everyone well, but it was in that moment, I didn't know what to think, to be honest with you, that there were thoughts that probably were not very kind. But again, going back to, my gosh, everyone is thinking, or this woman, an opportunity. Let's take her business away from her. I mean, that's how it felt. And whether that's what was intended, that's how it came across. And it was like, my gosh, it just felt like the world was out against me, and I'm like, I'm doing my best over here. And it's just like this woman telling me, you're too busy, so now I'm going to take over your business. It was kind of crazy, and just really falls in the what not to say to someone. So again, like I said, I do choose to focus on the positive, but these are some actual things that people said to me. I had to write them down, and I swear to you, they all happened. Just one other thing I would like to mention is everyone tells caregivers this. You need to go exercise. You need to take care of yourself. You need to go to the doctor. And you know what? I said the same thing before I was a caregiver, because it does make sense. Of course, you need to take care of yourself. If you're the caregiver, of course, you're under intense stress. Of course, you need to go to the doctor. But let me tell you the secret why. A lot of caregivers don't go to the doctor, because it's sort of like Murphy's Law. You make an appointment to go to the eye doctor, and guess what happens? Your husband falls that night, and you have to cancel your appointment. I kid you not. Every time I make an appointment, it's like I should probably just make a second appointment, just have another one out there looming, because the first one, something is always going to happen. And not only that, what is the easiest thing to do? The easiest appointment to cancel is the one for the caregiver. So if things are going crazy, if your caregiver's canceled on you, or your son or daughter, whoever's coming to watch your loved one, or just something has come up, or you're just exhausted, the easiest thing to do is cancel your own appointment. And that's why it happens. So now you know it. As for exercise, again, that's one of those things I think people just have to get to the point where they feel motivated to go and find something they want to do. Because people said it to me, but I just felt like, you know what? I realized it. I knew I should have been exercising and doing something, but I was tired. Taking care of my husband, working. And I don't work. I mean, I would say I probably work 7 days a week because I own the business. I love what I do. So it doesn't feel like work to me, but I am always working. And it's fun for me. That may sound weird to other people, but it's fun for me. I love what I do. But, sometimes for me, the best way to relax is just to lay in bed on a Friday night and watch a Netflix marathon of some sort. But I think sometimes something will just kind of strike you and you're like, okay, now's the time. I need to do this. I need to do this for myself. And for me, it was my recent birthday. And I thought, you know what? You got to figure something out because you've got to work on, as we get older, and I know this because I work with older people, is that, falls become more prevalent. And I don't want to fall. So I've started my own exercise routine, and for me, it's Pilates, and I'm really enjoying it. And there are some days that I have to force myself to go, but it's worked for me because it's something I actually have to schedule. It's on the calendar, and everyone knows that I'm going. My son knows because he's got daddy duty, so I can go. But that's, just a little bit of things to not say to the caregiver or to a person who is in crisis. And as I said, they're kind of funny now in retrospect. At the time, I wasn't laughing, but now they're kind of funny. But don't do those things. Don't say those things or you'll look like just a real tool. And you don't want to look like a jerk, right? So that's what I have for you today. And I appreciate you listening. Please visit my website to listen to all of our podcast episodes and check out all the stuff we have on the website. We have some cool stuff on there about what we do. It's LoriWilliams-seniorservices.com. In the show notes, we'll have a link to things, what to do to help someone in crisis, because I do like to be positive and not negative. And of course, share this podcast with all of your friends and family. You never know who might benefit from something like this. And who knows, you may save someone from saying something really dumb to someone in crisis that ends up being put in a book that they write. Like these people, what they said. Don't be that person. All right. Thank you all for listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Hi, thank you for listening. Navigating care for a loved one who's a stroke survivor can be totally overwhelming. Yes, the internet is free and there's a ton of information out there, but also your time is valuable. That's why I wrote my book, Surrounded by Love, One Family's Journey Through Stroke Recovery. In the book, I document everything that I've learned and wish someone had told me about while I was navigating the first months of stroke recovery with my husband, Mark. It's available now on Amazon and all other online book retailers. There's also a link in the show notes that you can click to get your own copy.